16 shocking signs your cat might secretly hate you. Hey there, fellow cat enthusiasts. Ever find yourself staring into those feline eyes and thinking, what on earth is going through that furry little head of yours? Cats, with their enigmatic purrs and tail twitches, can be a riddle wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma. But that's what makes them so irresistibly intriguing, right? Dive in with me as we decode the signs that might just answer the age-old question, does my cat dare? I say it, hate me. Trust me, by the end of this, you'll be looking at Mr. Whiskers with a whole new perspective. Ready for some feline revelations? 1. Lowered or horizontal tail? Oh boy. If you've ever caught your feline friend with a tail that's as straight as a ruler or hanging low, you might be in for a bit of a surprise. You see, cats are quite the expressive bunch. Their tails, well, they're like their personal mood rings. A high, perky tail usually screams, "Hey, I'm on top of the world." But a lowered or horizontal one, UHO, that's kitty code for, "I'm not feeling this, human." It could be fear, annoyance, or just plain all bad mood. Remember that time when you were grumpy and just wanted to be left alone? Yep, cats have those days too. Oh, if you see that tail drop, maybe give Mr. Whiskers some space. And hey, maybe check if his favorite toy is missing. Just a thought too. Cat leaves when you enter the room. Hey, where are you going? Ever walked into a room and your cat, who was previously lounging like the Queen of Sheba, suddenly decides it's time to exit stage left? Ouch, right? It's like being snubbed at a party. But don't take it too personally. Cats are creatures of habit, and sometimes they just want their own space. Maybe they're not in the mood for cuddles, or perhaps they're plotting world domination. Kidding, or am I? But seriously, if this becomes a regular thing, it might be worth checking if something's bothering them. New perfume, loud shoes, or maybe they're just playing hard to get. Classic cat move. 3. Frequent hiding. All right, confession time. You know those days when you just want to curl up under the blanket and binge watch your favorite shows. Cats have their version of that. But if your furball is playing hide and seek a bit too often, it's time to put on your detective hat. Cats hide for various reasons. It could be a new environment, loud noises, or maybe they found a new cozy spot. But, and this is a big but, excessive hiding can also be a sign they're stressed or unwell. So if you're playing Where's Kitty more often than usual, it might be a good idea to check in with the vet. Better safe than sorry, right? 4. Persistent biting. Oh man, have you ever been in the middle of a sweet petting session and then, out of nowhere, chomp? Kitty decides your hand looks like a tasty snack. Now, I get it. Sometimes it's playful, but other times, yikes. It's like they've got a bone to pick with you. Cats use biting as a way to communicate. Maybe it's their way of saying, okay, human, that's enough petting for today. Or perhaps they're just not in the mood. But hey, if the biting becomes a regular gig, it's time for some kitty communication. Maybe they're bored, or perhaps it's a health issue. A chat with the vet might be in order. And remember, always approach with caution when they're in their feisty mode. 5. Avoiding the litter box. All right, real talk. Imagine if your bathroom was, well, not up to par. You'd avoid it too, right? Cats are super finicky about their litter boxes. If they're avoiding it, there's usually a reason. Maybe it's not clean enough, or perhaps they don't like where it's placed. Heck, they might even be picky about the type of litter you're using. Who knew cats could be such bathroom snobs? But on a serious note, if they're doing their business outside the box, it could also be a health issue. So keep an eye out, and if things seem off, a vet visit might be on the cards. 6. Hissing at you. Yowza, nothing says back off quite like a cat hiss. It's like their version of, hey, not today. If your fur baby is hissing at you, it's a clear sign they're feeling threatened or just super annoyed. It's their way of drawing a boundary. Maybe you startled them, or perhaps they're just in a mood. Either way, that's to give them some space. And hey, maybe check if there's something in their environment that's bugging them. New pet. Moved furniture. Sometimes the smallest changes can set them off. 7. Friendlier with other people. Oh, the jealousy. You feed them, you pamper them, and then they go and snuggle up to your friend instead. What gives? Cats, just like us, have their favorites. Maybe your friend's lap is just comfier, or perhaps they've got that magic touch. But if your cat is consistently giving you the cold shoulder and warming up to others, it's time for some introspection. Have there been any changes at home, new routines? Or maybe, just maybe, they're playing hard to get. Cats, am I right? 8. Scratches furniture. The age-old dilemma. You get a fancy new couch, and Kitty thinks it's their new scratching post. Why oh why scratching is a natural behavior for cats. It helps them stretch, mark their territory, and shed those old claw sheets. But when your furniture becomes the victim, it's a cry for help. Maybe they're bored, or perhaps they're marking territory. Consider getting them a scratching post or two. And hey, a sprinkle of catnip might just do the trick. 9. Tail twitching or jerking. Well, if it isn't the tail twitch. You ever notice when your cat's tail starts doing that funky little dance? It's like Morse code, but for cats. A twitching or jerking tail isn't just them trying out for a dance competition. Nope. It's a sign that something's got their fur in a bunch. Maybe they're agitated, or perhaps they've just spotted a bird outside the window. Either way, it's best to approach with caution. Hey, Fluffy, you okay there? Might be a good start. And if the twitching continues, maybe give them some space to cool off. 10. Ears pinned back or flat against the head. Yikes, ears pinned back. That's like the cat version of a red alert. It's their way of saying, I'm not thrilled about this situation. Whether it's a new pet, a loud noise, or just a bad fur day, those flattened ears are a clear sign that something's up. It's like when you're having a rough day and someone asks, everything okay? And you're like, do I look okay? Yeah, cats have those moments too. Best to tread lightly and maybe offer a peace treaty in the form of a treat or two. 11. Aggressive biting. Hold up. We're not talking about the playful nibbles here. Aggressive biting is a whole different ballgame. It's like when you're super hungry and someone tries to take a fry from your plate. Not cool, right? Cats bite aggressively when they're feeling threatened or super annoyed. Maybe you touched a sensitive spot, or perhaps they're just not in the mood. Either way, it's a clear sign to back off. And hey, maybe it's time for a little heart-to-heart. Look, Whiskers, I get it. Boundaries, got it. 12. Baiting with claws out when lying on its back. Oh, the classic bait and switch. Your cat rolls over, exposing that fluffy belly, and you think, ain't WW, belly rub time. But the moment you reach out, bam, claws out, game on. It's like they're saying, psych. Thought I wanted belly rubs, think again. Cats are mysterious creatures, and sometimes that exposed belly is more of a trap than an invitation. It's their way of playing, or maybe they're just feeling a bit feisty. Either way, approach with caution, and maybe wear gloves. Just kidding, sort of. 13. Walking away during play or petting. Ever been in the middle of a heart-to-heart with someone and they just up and leave? Rude, right? Well, cats have their own version of this. You're in the middle of a play session or giving them the best head scratches, and suddenly, they're like, I'm out. It's a bit of a bummer, isn't it? But hey, cats are known for their independent streak. Maybe they got distracted, or perhaps they just wanted a change of scenery. But if it's happening a lot, it might be worth checking if something's up. Hey, Mittens, did I do something? A little chat might just clear the air. 14. Avoids eye contact. All right, pop quiz. You know when someone avoids eye contact, and you're like, what's going on in that head of yours? Cats are no different. Avoiding eye contact in the feline world can be a sign of discomfort or unease. It's like they're saying, I'm not sure about this, human. It could be a new environment, a new pet, or maybe they're just having an off day. Either way, it's a sign to tread lightly. A gentle approach and some reassuring words might just do the trick. It's okay, buddy. I'm here. 15. Overgrooming. Imagine if you suddenly decided to take 5 showers a day. People would be like, what's up with that? Cats overgrooming, same deal. It's their way of coping with stress or discomfort. Maybe there's a new pet in the house, or perhaps they're feeling under the weather. It's like their version of stress eating, but instead of ice cream, it's excessive licking. If you notice bald patches or irritated skin, it's time to ring the alarm. A trip to the vet might be in order. Don't worry, Fluff, we'll get to the bottom of this. 16. Non-responsive to affectionate gestures. Ouch. You go in for a cuddle, and they're like, not today, human. It's a bit of a sting, isn't it? Cats, with all their quirks, sometimes just aren't in the mood. But if they're consistently giving you the cold shoulder, it might be time for some detective work. Have there been changes at home, new routines? Or maybe they're just feeling a bit under the weather.